Alright tout le monde, je suis Justin et on se retrouve sur Tales of Arise. Donc ça fait extrêmement longtemps que j'y ai pas joué, man, je suis extrêmement rouillé. Mais là on venait de finir de tuer le deuxième Warlord. Puis on a cette belle armure là, man, vraiment très cool. Ouais, très nice. Fait que, let's go man, on continue ça.
Hey, did you make off with that armor while none of us were looking? Because I've gotta admit, you look pretty snazzy in it.
He didn't steal it, if that's what you mean. Bregan gave it to him as a parting gift.
Ah, right. Although it makes sense, I guess. It's like a symbol of rebellion in its own way.
Which is why it should have been your father wearing this, not me.
I don't know. I don't think he could have pulled it off like you, man.
I wonder what the last wearer of this armor was dreaming of for Cyslodia when they decided to rise up and fight.
Who knows? Anyone who could have answered that is long gone. Truth is always lost with the departed.
Are you saying there's no point in trying to understand why they gave up their lives?
No. Only that it's impossible to know for sure. Look, I can tell that you're concerned about Cyslodia's future. But we do have other things to take care of. You can't shoulder all of the world's problems, Alphen. If you try to, you'll only find yourself buried by the weight of it all.
Yeah, I know. My path is forward, and I'll do what I can, here and now.
Et on a une autre bout d'histoire.
You were born in Calaglia, right, Law?
Hmm? Oh yeah. It's scalding hot all the time there, so I was shocked when I learned Cyslodia is the exact opposite. Not to mention dark.
Not anymore, thankfully.
How did you even manage to cross the border between realms? All 5 realms are supposed to be closed off, due to the nature of the crown contest.
What? Is this an interrogation now?
I didn't mean it like that. I just figured if a Danon like you was able to slip between realms, it could come in handy later.
Ah, good thinking. I don't think I really did anything all that creative, though.
What? Don't tell me you climbed over the walls of fire.
Oh, hell no. Not even Zoogles could do something that crazy. Nah, I stowed away.
In what?
Oh, you'll like this. The realms don't maintain much contact with each other, but there are resources each is looking to trade for. So, there are cargo convoys from each of the lords that go around a few times a year to lend those resources to each other.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about that. That was the only time the gates of Calaglia would ever open up.
Right. Obviously, they don't let Danons ride with them, so I snuck on board inside some cargo instead.
So you were carried out of the realm? You did great not getting caught. Way to go.
Let's just say I've always had a knack for sneaking around since I was little. I was also really desperate to get the hell out of Calaglia at the time. I had more guts than brains that day. If I had to guess, I probably wasn't the first one to ever do something like that. Danon or Renan.
I wonder if that's how Ganabelt, was able to hear about what happened in Calaglia so quickly.
So in other words, we should always assume that the enemy is informed about whatever it is that we may be up to, wherever we go.
Bon, fait que là on s'en va au 3e royaume. Merci mademoiselle, la prochaine fois ma maman viendra avec moi. Ça me ferait très plaisir, j'ai hâte de vous voir tous les deux. Et vous êtes cette femme qui... On s'est déjà croisé quelque part? Non, désolé, je pensais juste à voix haute. Je m'en souviens pas, moi. Ça fait trop longtemps que j'ai pas rejoué.
Yeah!
Et c'est vous qui avez aidé à libérer Calaglia? Non? C'est vraiment impressionnant ce que vous avez fait. Je me demande ce que tous les gens que j'ai balancés vont me faire. Me chasser? Peut-être même me lyncher? Lyncher? Désolé, je connais pas ce mot. je ne pourrais pas leur en vouloir après tout ce que j'ai fait. Je pensais que vous vous occupiez de vos parents. Ils sont morts. Mais quoi est-ce que je pouvais bien penser à ce moment-là?
Hey,
Étant que c'est le cas, il n'est jamais trop tard pour changer les choses. Ne gâchez pas le reste de votre vie à cause de votre passé. Alors vous pensez que je devrais me consacrer aux autres maintenant? Pas juste à mes parents? C'est facile pour vous. Vous êtes un héros. C'est ce que vous... c'est à vous de décider. Je vous dis juste ce que je ferai à votre place. Réjouissez-vous de ne pas être... de ne pas y être. Alors, qu'est-ce que vous voulez... qu'est-ce que vous allez faire maintenant? Nous allons libérer Dana. Donc ça, c'est le prochain qu'on s'en va. Pour que les gens comme vous n'aient plus jamais à faire de choix difficiles de ce genre. Des choix difficiles. Oui, c'est peut-être... c'est à peu près ça. À quoi je m'y attendais. Personne ne pardonnera jamais à un horrible traître comme moi. Mais je dois faire quelque chose. Ouais, c'est ça. Ok, par là, je crois. Ça a sorti.
Thanks for letting me stick around, you guys.
Sure, we're happy to have you.
Bon, elle a la crise de porte.
But are you sure you don't want to head back to Calaglia?
Ah, si bol. Ah, t'es le fun qui me dise des indications de quel chemin emprunter. En fait, c'est des... il faut que tu vises le point d'interrogation. Tu finis de parler quand je parle?
I'm going to follow Alphen and see what happens next.
Ouais, ça, comme je disais, en fait, là, les portes ont des points d'interrogation dessus.
where does that drawbridge connect to?
No idea, but I've seen it get lowered. It can't be lowered from this side anyway, so it's useless to us.
Ok. Ah, tabarnak. Ah, yes. J'ai réussi à m'en sauver.
You see anybody around here who could use our help?
We can't chase after every little thing. I hate camping out.
C'est quoi ça? C'est des ennemis, ça? Ouais, c'est des ennemis, je m'en fous un peu. C'est quoi qu'il y a là? Je vais vraiment me concentrer sur l'histoire principale. Puis je trouve que j'ai perdu du temps à juste chercher à la porte. C'est la bonne place, ça là?
Law?
Yeah, sorry. Just a little travel weary is all. Looking forward to finally getting out of here, you know?
Still beating yourself up about your dad, aren't you?
I'd be lying if I said I wasn't. But that's not what I was just thinking about.
Oh?
I never did tell you how I ended up hanging around with the Snake Eyes, did I?
Not properly. All I know is you had a falling out with your dad and ran away from home.
Getting to Cislodia almost killed me. Once there, though, I actually ended up joining a resistance organization, believe it or not. Of course, before long, someone ratted us out. And we were ambushed by the Snake Eyes. I'd never seen such brutality. If I hadn't surrendered...
Law?
I don't know why. They let me live. They made me watch as they butchered my friends right in front of my eyes. I still have nightmares. I hear roars of Zeugles as my friends scream. The snow stained red with blood. And all the while, those bastards laughing. I thought that with Ganabelt defeated, I'd be able to put it all behind me. Turns out that was a little optimistic. I was terrified they would kill me too. So I wound up betraying the memory of my friends and getting my old man killed in the process. I wonder if I'm any braver now. What if one day I panic again and end up running away like always?
And leave us behind? You really think you'd do that?
I hope not. But who's to say what I'm really capable of?
Ah! I found you.
Something wrong, Rinwell?
How very perceptive of you. When I turned around, you were gone, so we came back to look for you.
Maybe tell us next time you decide to stop? We need all our manpower to face these Zeugles.
Jeez, okay. I can't help it when nature calls, can I?
Nature? Ew, gross! Here?
Let's make tracks, shall we?
I hope he makes it through this.
You invited him along. He's your liability.
He's Zephyr's son, Shion. What was I supposed to do? Just leave him?
Fine. Just don't come crying to me about it, all right? I've got enough deadbeats slowing me down as it is.
Il est tout le temps fâché, là. On va prendre de ça, c'est quand même utile un peu.
I guess Messia is the first place we met. Hala.
Yeah, I was a snake eye and you were a silver sword. Who would have thought we'd end up on the same team?
You make an odd pair, it's true.
You guys are the odd ones, running with a Renin.
Aïe, aïe, ok, ouais, hein, c'est un vrai labyrinthe. Je crois qu'on doit aller là-bas. On va prendre de ça, merci.
Is the blazing sword okay?
A little water's not going to hurt it.
Si j'aurais su, tabarnak, que sauter c'était B, si. Je sais quoi pour esquiver. Tranquille. Ok, ça change les boutons en sacrament de qu'est-ce que je suis habitué, là. Ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas joué, man. J'aurais aimé ça que tu frappes ailleurs, hein, mais bon. Aïe aïe man, ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas joué, man, mon combat il est de la merde. Ça fait longtemps que j'ai pas joué. Pépé, c'est que j'essaie de les esquiver et si j'arriverais sur le bord de la marche, j'arrive pour sauter, je fais A, ça saute pas, je suis comme, je fais plein de touches, j'appuie sur B, si ça marche, comme, fuck. Ah, c'est bon ça. Ah! Permet de résister une fois à une attaque mortelle. Nice. Je sais pas qu'est-ce que j'active live là, mais je vais juste monter les compétences là.
I'm even stronger than before.
Ah, il y a quelque chose là.
All this walking up and down is a pain.
Why did people dig this path so far underground?
Maybe it was too dangerous on the mountains for them to traverse over them.
So you're saying that before Dana was conquered, Danans made this so that they'd have a way to get through the mountains?
If I had to guess, they might have even lived inside of these once upon a time.
Not like there's any way of knowing now. Not after all our history was lost.
No, it wasn't lost. It was stolen from us by the Renans, because they thought slaves didn't need it. And because keeping it around would have made it harder to control us.
It's not all gone. Look at that over there.
What is it? It looks like a broken piece from a dish or something.
Probably. It's true the Renans erased a lot of our history. But if we look hard enough, I think we'll find there's still plenty of it left. But first, we have to win the freedom to even look for it.
We'll win it all right. Then we'll reclaim our history. Hey, Law. Back when we left Cisleden, you remember how you said so long as you don't give up, there's nothing to stop someone starting over?
Yeah?
Well, I think you did just that. You've set out on a new path despite what happened in your past. Besides, you're not the only one fumbling your way through things.
You too?
It was your dad who taught me to fight. Back at the start of all this, I knew that so long as I followed him, I wouldn't end up straying. But it was also your dad who told me the importance of becoming my own master, of searching out the answers within me. I always figured I would one day. But at the same time, I had so much more to learn. When he died, I suddenly found myself rudderless. Sure, our immediate goal is to defeat all the lords. But then what comes after that? There's no one left to point me in the right direction. It was then that I realized, no matter how much I fret about it, the only thing I can do is fight. Renin brutality isn't going to right itself. So that's what I'm doing. Fighting. And in the meantime, I'll try to figure out my next move. Right now, that's about all I can do.
And you really believe you got what it takes to win this? Against all the odds?
Yes, I do. Or at least I want to. If I'm being completely honest, sometimes I'm not really sure whether I can or not. So what if we're still figuring stuff out? If we do it together, then we can support one another along the way. Is there anything so wrong with that?
No, I don't think there is. I think I get it now. We may not know what we're capable of, but we have to try all the same.
Having another one of your secret meetings? Don't tell me you were taking yet another bathroom break?
Oh, we were just engaging in a bit of brotherly bonding. Isn't that right, Alphen?
Yeah, that's right.
Fine then, suit yourselves. Hey, I think I can feel a breeze up ahead. I bet the exit is real close.
Finally! Man, it's been too long since I felt the sun on my face.
Ah, il y a un autre dialogue en plus qui vient de s'activer. Il y a fucking des dialogues, ça n'a pas de sens.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
When I get in a tussle, I go full force right at him. Whoever makes the first move wins.
I do have to admit, it's quite the spectacle to watch you charge in and go to town on someone during a battle.
Yeah, it was actually my old man who taught me to fight that way. The more I lay the beat down on some baddies, the more fired up my fists of fury get.
Zephyr taught you? Wow. I guess you really are following in his footsteps.
There's nothing wrong with being so focused on offense, but the enemy always fights back at some point.
As long as I don't get hit, it's not a problem, right?
So what you're saying is you're too weak to take a hit.
You're not exactly one to talk.
Hey, il est beau ce royaume-là.
We're finally here. Menancia, the land of green. The place certainly lives up to its name, doesn't it?
Yeah, just feel that breeze. It's like night and day compared to Calaglia and Cyslodia.
Unsullied, fertile land, as far as the eye can see. That's beautiful. Oh, what?
Oh, nothing. Just... I was thinking the very same thing.
That's the realm capital in the distance. The city of Vicente. A word to the wise before we continue. Menancia has produced more sovereigns over the years than any other.
Shion! Guess we should probably follow after her, shouldn't we? Hey, you alright, Law?
Yeah, fine. I was just thinking how Dad would have enjoyed this view. All this green in one place is incredible. Anyway, Let's get moving before we start looking tasty to monsters.
Il est vraiment nice l'armure par exemple. Je suis pas un fan d'armure.
Is he going to be okay?
Eventually. That's a wall he'll have to overcome on his own.
Je suis pas un fan d'armure de chevalier puis des affaires de même là. Mais cette armure-là, son design est tellement bien fait, là, je la trouve vraiment très nice. Terre de verdure. Elementia. Il y a un autre dialogue. Hey, je l'ai pas parlé à lui.
What's wrong?
C'est pas à lui que je l'ai parlé.
Yes.
Non, je m'en fous, je l'ai pas parlé à lui. Je vais pas faire le side quest. Non, annulé. Je voulais faire le dialogue.
So if I remember right, there are 6 elements of astral energy, and darkness is only on Rena, and light can only be found on Dana, right?
Right. I only remember because my parents drilled it all into my head when I was little.
How did we find out about dark astral energy in the first place if it's not on Dana, though?
Beats me. I couldn't tell you how or when we figured out that sort of stuff. I'm sure there's other stuff we've forgotten along the way, too.
Yeah, I bet. And then we forget that knowledge was even forgotten at all, and it's back to square one.
Exactly. That's why we need to take good care of what knowledge and artifacts we still have left.
You really have a thing for old stuff, don't you?
Well, I don't know that I'd call it just a thing. It's also something that helps me feel connected to our world.
Connected?
It's nothing. Forget I even mentioned it. I should have guessed that there'd be no way he'd understand. How could he?
Ah, salut, il faut soigner la blessure. Ok, ah ouais. Tiens, ça c'est fait.
I'm getting pretty hungry.
Want to sit down and fix something?
Yep, the sooner the better.
Ça va sur notre chemin, on peut y soigner. Ah, désolé, j'ai pas lu ce dialogue-là, parce que je sais que c'est une side quest, là. Donc ben, il est, lui.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Hey!
Just not
Very well.
Ça donne du cash, par exemple.
Maybe we should have left them alone.
Ouais.
Thanks, Sheila.
Non, désolé, dans les let's
Why
play,
are you thanking me?
bon, dans les let's play, moi, je veux vraiment me concentrer vraiment plus sur l'histoire principale, parce que sinon, ça finit plus, tu sais,
I
j'ai
hate
pas...
camping out.
Il y a certains jeux que je vais faire beaucoup d'épisodes, comme certains jeux, je veux vraiment me concentrer sur l'histoire pour passer à d'autres choses, à d'autres jeux, parce que j'ai beaucoup de listes à faire aussi. Mais ouais, c'est ça. Fait que veuillez pas m'en vouloir quand que je skip des petits dialogues comme ça qui sont pas tant importants à l'histoire, mettons là. Là, ici, tu peux camper. Ici, c'est quoi? Je m'en vais par où comme ça? Faut-tu aller là? Ouais, je pense que ouais.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Just great.
Ah, il y a trop de gold dans le coin. On va les éviter.
Yes.
On devrait les affronter. C'est bon pour la circulation et puis ça m'aidera à chasser toutes ces idées noires.
Great.
Ah, ok. Bonus d'enchaînement de combat. Après chaque combat, vous accumulez des bonus en fonction des points que vous remportez. Ok.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret this.
Rising Wyvern!
If they rush you, you gotta jump for cover, okay? If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Here I come!
Il s'est fucking tourné de bord quand j'ai esquivé.
You picked the wrong fight!
Here!
You're mine!
This'll come in handy.
Thrust! Great! Next!
These little ones are hardly worth our time.
Less talking.
Cut them apart to your heart's content.
Il en reste encore tout un tas.
Brace yourself!
Ok, c'est ça les trucs de combat.
Smash you!
Don't mind if I do.
I'm on it!
It's a duel of the arts.
Eat this!
Fine,
free!
leave the enemy's arts to me.
Xiao, can you take care of them?
No sooner said than done. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished!
Un autre?
We did it!
Oh ça, tu avais raison, je suis content d'avoir pu me défouler. Ok. Bagarre thérapeutique. Utilise à faire le combat ici, toi, hein? Flaque d'eau, rafale ou flaque d'eau? C'est quoi ça? Prendre ça ici. Prendre ça ici. Ça augmente les dégâts aériens.
With your flames and my technique.
We're stronger together than we are apart.
Hey, would you look at that? Green as far as the eye can see. I think even the Zeugles look a little fuller than they usually do.
They're still Zeugles, just on a fuller stomach. Don't forget, this is enemy territory we're in.
Oh. You okay? You made a weird sound.
Sorry. I was just thinking how amazing this view is.
What's the matter? Haven't you ever seen mountains and fields before?
Actually, now that I think about it, it's not every day we get to enjoy views like this.
You too?
Yeah. Calaglia has rocky landscapes, but the terrain here is completely different. Like, you see that mountain over there? Doesn't it look like a big wave that somebody turned into stone?
Right? And those ones look like the horns or claws of some giant monster. I'm surprised they managed to stay up.
Yeah. Just be thankful we don't have to pass under them.
Actually,
They won't come tumbling down that easily.
You sure about that?
Menancia harvests earth energy, which explains why the topography is so varied here. It's also why those rocks are bound to be sturdy.
So all that astral energy is also what makes this realm look so lush then? Does astral energy really have that much of an impact on the land?
Yeah. Is that why even that mountain looks the way that it does?
The stronger the energy is, the greater impact it has on lots of things. So yes, like a great big fire.
but these imbalances are too pronounced to be nature's work. It's not how Dana would otherwise naturally look.
If it's not natural, then you mean all of this is the Renans doing?
When you put it like that, even something as nice looking as this starts to feel wrong.
I
Des
see a
vaches.
village over there.
The people
Vamos
working in
ver.
it look Danan.
Look at these fields and all this livestock. Am I crazy for thinking these people seem to have it pretty easy?
What the hell is going on here?
On dirait un village Atlantide, genre. Fait que c'est fucké. Wow. Quel genre de marde qu'il y a dans cette ville-là. Viscint. Viscint ou Vicint? Je pense que c'est Viscint.
Look, Renan soldiers.
Do the Renans control this city? I've never seen so many of them in one place before.
No. Look at the cores on them. These people are all Danans. They're slaves.
If they are, they're awfully well dressed.
And they're smiling too. Something weird's going on here.
Forgive the intrusion, but if I'm not mistaken, you're newcomers to Elda Menencia, yes? Please, you have no reason to be alarmed. My name is Droshin. I work at the Department for Welfare.
Department for Welfare?
We work to support the day-to-day living of all citizens. Welcoming newcomers to the realm is a part of our job, albeit one we rarely have the pleasure to perform.
Let me guess. We get a free pair of shackles as a welcome gift.
Perish the thought! Your trepidation is perfectly understandable, but I assure you, our way is quite different. In the past, this realm was no different from any other, and run by a rather merciless ruler. But all of that changed once His Excellency, Lord Dohalim, assumed power 7 years ago.
Dohalim.
Under him, for the first time in our lives, we Danans were treated with the respect we deserve. Lord Dohalim is adored by Danans throughout the realm, and we serve him with gladness.
Am I hearing you right? The Danans here willingly serve a Renan lord?
Please, see for yourself. You're free to go anywhere you like. Just ask if you should need anything.
What is it? Spit it out.
It's just, we came here to free everyone.
Uh-huh.
But the Danans of this realm are all happy to serve Dohalim. Are there any walls that even need tearing down?
Who cares? That just makes our path to Dohalim that much clearer.
I guess, but...
Still, Droshin said we should check things out for ourselves. Maybe we should look around a bit, see what we learn.
Ouais.
I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall, repeat over and over again. I'm barely breathing, and feeling to the ground. But each and every time we all stand up, stop like to yourself and me, true to yourself, and that might be we both can exit destiny. So let's shout it out. You will feel alone, but I'm right by your side. Yeah, just like the flowers that bloom and fall, repeat over and over again. Keep the flame alive. I want to feel your hair right now. You are the place, my only home. I know, I know, I know. Yeah, we can one day. We spread like flowers in the sky. No matter where I'm by your side. I know, I know, I know. You and I, let's fly the souls that we're together. Can't feel my habits, so take my hand to the tomorrow. Don't come back and let it be. You give me strength and give me play. To dark the darkness, let's fall yeah, I'll live up. Spark just like Hibana. Come, light up like Hibana.
C'est beau comme village, man. Ben, comme ville, je veux dire. Je dois aller où? Je vais seulement parler aux gens. Est-ce que je peux passer par-dessus ça? Ok, fiu. Soldat, vous devriez pas être en faction. Je ne sais pas comment ça se passe là d'où vous venez, mais ici, à Menancia, on vit dans le calme. Il n'y a aucune chance pour que quiconque fasse quoi que ce soit. Ok. C'est vrai, grâce à ce seigneur, il fait bon vivre pour tout le monde. Exactement, et puis bon, il n'y a pas que nous qui surveillons la ville, il y a aussi les gardes. Néanmoins, si cette ville est aussi paisible, c'est justement parce que vous, les soldats Renians, veillez sur nous. Et puis les enfants vous idolâtrent. C'est comme leur idole. Alors s'il vous plaît, ne faites pas voler le mythe en éclats. Vous avez de bons arguments, monsieur. Ce vers sera donc mon dernier. Un civil qui dit à un soldat quoi faire.
Everyone walking the streets looks so calm and happy. I guess it really is true they don't treat Danans as slaves here.
Did they actually somehow achieve equality here? And if they did, why? To what end?
Something here doesn't feel right.
Yeah.
Even though they sure want to act like it does.
What is going through that Lord Dohalim's mind, I wonder?
Ok, bon, on va continuer. Attends, il y en avait un arrière que j'ai pas été voir. Elle est géniale ton armure, je peux l'essayer? Ah, il est vrai que même un Danien pourrait porter cette armure. Mais toi, il va falloir que tu grandisses d'abord. Ok, bon. Là, on a compris l'affaire, là, on check là, les villageois un peu, puis tout, puis en fait, ils font juste dire de belles choses. J'imagine que vous êtes des voyageurs, c'est tellement formidable de vous voir tous ici.
I guess.
Ça ne fait rien de nous voir comme ça, tout ensemble, malgré le fait qu'il y ait une Renienne parmi nous. Ça vous surprend? Peut-être qu'on ne voit pas ça tous les jours dans les autres royaumes, mais ici, à Vinskint, c'est monnaie courante. Dites, pour se rendre au palais, on continue dans cette direction?
Sure.
Oui, absolument. Bien qu'à mon avis, c'est un terrain d'entraînement que vous devriez vous rendre, étant donné vos dispositions. Un terrain d'entraînement? C'est un autre code pour désigner une arène? Où vous êtes... où vous faites ça... Où vous faites s'affronter des combattants jusqu'à la mort pour le sport. Non, pas du tout, ça n'a rien d'affreux comme ça. Le terrain d'entraînement, c'est juste un terrain pour s'entraîner. Mais c'est vrai qu'à une époque, c'était cauchemardesque. On y faisait affronter des esclaves contre d'autres esclaves ou contre des ogres. Mais quand notre seigneur actuel, Dohalim, est arrivé au pouvoir, l'une de ses premières mesures a été de mettre un terme à cette horreur. Vous êtes en train de dire qu'un seigneur Renian a fait quelque chose de bien? Après quelques travaux de réaménagement, l'endroit est devenu ce qu'il est aujourd'hui, un simple terrain d'entraînement. Il est principalement destiné à accueillir la garde de l'aile de Menancia, mais il est ouvert à quiconque souhaite profiter de ses installations. Quiconque, même les Daniens?
Sure.
Évidemment. La reine est bien trop éprouvante pour moi, mais si vous voulez vous perfectionner, c'est l'endroit parfait. Affichez la priorité de la quête que vous venez d'accepter. Oui. C'est la quête principale, c'est quoi? Ok, ouais. Rendez-vous au terrain d'entraînement, c'est une side quest. Peut-être que le seigneur, c'est un Renian qui s'est révolté contre les Renians, puis il a pris le pouvoir d'ici, mais ça l'aurait pas... je pense pas que ça aurait marché. Tous ces gens viennent s'installer ici. Papa a dit qu'il était obligé de porter des trucs très lourds et très dangereux. Je suis pas sûr. J'ai du mal à croire que ce genre de choses puisse arriver ici. Ah.
I hear a voice. Somebody's asking for help.
M'étonnerait.
It's nothing that'll be too hard to deal with.
Pas ici, en tout cas. Ce que je porte vous intrigue? Je me suis acheté cette tenue par mes propres moyens, si vous voulez tout savoir. De nos jours, les Daniens sont payés pour leur travail. C'est le seigneur Dohalim qui l'a décrété.
I still can't believe I'm seeing Danins and Renins getting along.
You never know. It could all be an act on orders from the Renins.
To what end? It would be an incredible amount of effort just to fool us.
Let's check out more of the city. There's probably places we haven't seen yet.
Ici? Attends, on va checker la map. Il y a peut-être une place que j'ai pas été. Ça, c'est le terrain d'entraînement, le château. La rue a fini par là, puis là-bas, il y a un genre de ruelle. Ça a de l'air, me semble, pas de l'air safe, ça.
My dad's working in the quarry today. So's mine. I'm gonna help him when I grow up.
Looks like Danins are working in the quarry.
Let's go check it out.
Ils peuvent cacher un secret, man.
Stay sharp. We're going in.
I'm sorry. I'm not feeling well today. Could I please take the day off?
Oh, that's terrible. Rest up and try not to strain yourself. I'll let the others know.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Everybody seems so happy working here.
And it seems like the soldiers are there.
Nettoyer qui marche pas. Ils doivent kidnapper du monde.
I presume you're Alphen, of Orbis Calaglia? I'm Captain Kisara of the Eldermenencia Guard.
Just Kisara? No last name would make you a Danin.
So it does. Is that a problem?
The guard. Wait, so you're saying the Lord of Eldermenencia has Danins protecting him?
In this country, Danin guardsmen aren't unusual. Everyone who enlists does so of their own free will.
She sounds like she's serious, Alphen.
That makes no sense. Don't your people remember 7 years ago?
Wouldn't you be grateful if you were finally allowed to live as a free person?
And for my part, there is no greater honor than being chosen to serve His Excellency, Lord Dohalim.
I feel no shame. But all of that aside, I came seeking you, Alphen, at Lord Dohalim's behest. He wishes an audience with you.
With us?
Indeed. He awaits you at Autolina Palace. That is, if you choose to accept. I am here only as a messenger, not a kidnapper. Your reply?
All right. We'll meet your lord.
Very well. I shall return and deliver your acceptance. Please don't keep him waiting too long.
Before you go, what lies beyond this point?
A quarry manned by Danin laborers.
Nothing else?
There's a Danin medical facility for the severely ill at the back. However, for sanitation reasons, it's kept off limits, even to guardsmen.
That was odd. Why do you think this Dohalim would want to see us?
It's probably a trap.
Still, they already know we're here. Not like we can start being stealthy now. We might as well listen to what he has to say.
La fille, elle a toute une belle armure en avant.
What if it's a trap?
That's no reason to back out now.
Law's right. I get your concern, but we should buckle down.
Elle a toute une belle armure en avant, toute, mais en arrière, c'est fucking rien. C'est tout en legging, tout, avec un esti de cul. Désolé, mais je suis un gars, j'ai remarqué ça.
That Kisara woman. She sounded pretty smug about serving Dohalim, didn't she?
She still has a Renin for a boss. How is that any different from being a slave?
Renin society is a meritocracy. To us, it's seen as natural that those who sit at the top rule over the rest.
It's the same old wall as the rest of Dana at the end of the day, just with a different coat of paint.
I guess it can change people's attitudes if they can at least serve someone they respect.
But they're still being deceived. It's obvious that's what's happening.
On the one hand, her loyalty really did seem to be genuine. But on the other hand, Calaglia had its fair share of Danans who just accepted Renin rule because it was all they'd ever known. With that in mind, it can be hard to tell if her loyalty truly came about on its own, or if it's just the result of years of subjugation.
Who knows? It might clear some things up if we hear what Dohalim has to say.
Yeah, you're right. Let's make our way to the palace.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
C'était pas où déjà? Pardon.
So, do any of you know anything about Lord Dohalim?
I think I remember hearing something back in Sisloden about how he fights using a rod.
A rod?
I don't know the details, but from what I gather, he swings a long rod around and uses it to stab and smack people from afar. I think there's also something he does with, like, trees or grass or something? I forget.
Grass?
Bear in mind that Elda Menancia harvests Earth astral energy. It would be no surprise for him to have some sort of control over plants.
So basically the point is we know nothing about the guy. Wish we weren't going in completely blind.
I just don't get it. The Danans have endured years of suffering. How could they just turn around and trust the Renins all of a sudden?
Yeah, I've been wondering the same thing. But I guess they must have a pretty good reason, right?
Like what? What could erase 300 years of pain and suffering?
Maybe it's precisely because they suffered for so long that they see Dohalim as something of a savior.
Hey, whose side are you on here, Alphen?
Relax, Rinwell. All I'm saying is that we shouldn't jump to assumptions about these people until we know more about the situation.
I just don't get it.
Non, il y a quelque chose, ça c'est sûr, mais on sait pas quoi.
The towering structure at the center is the palace.
You think it's dangerous to go inside?
It's not a question of danger. We're going inside regardless.
Ah, elle est là. Désolé. Vous me dites très merci.
Hey!
Hey, te revoilà. Après que nous sommes séparés, nous avons reçu une requête urgente de la part des citoyens. Le seigneur Dohalim s'en occupe en ce moment. Je n'ai donc pas d'autre choix de te demander de patienter le temps qu'il revienne. Une fois que tout sera prêt, je te conduirai à lui. Ok. Quoi qu'il fait exactement?
Pretty fancy place they got here.
There's no way this isn't a trap.
Your guests, my lord.
Thank you, Kisara. You're the wielder of the blazing sword, the liberator of Calaglia. You do dress humbly for someone of such grandeur. But where are my manners? I am the ruler of Elda Menancia. I'm Lord Dohalim Ilkaris.
If you know who we are, then you know how strange it is to invite us into your palace.
I thought I'd clear up your misconceptions before things could escalate. What do you say? You did come here to defeat me, did you not?
Perhaps, and what if we did? Are you planning to fight us here?
I don't think that will be necessary. After all, I imagine you've taken in a fair amount of his scent by this point. Have you come across even one slave being abused? Soldiers killing for sport? Suffering of any form? I would hazard that you have not. For I have liberated Menancia from its suffering and brought joy to its people. But if these results are not enough to stay your sword...
Pourquoi qu'elle a attaqué, elle?
I commend you for your boldness, but it won't work on me. Still, your would-be assassination cannot go unpunished.
Alphen!
Bravo, Shion.
Fair enough. Allow me to host you for dinner. We shall continue our talk then. Kelzelik?
Yes, my lord.
Please escort our guests if you would be so kind.
As you wish, sire.
Pourquoi qu'elle l'a attaqué? Il a rien fait. Je sais bien qu'il y a quelque chose qui est louche, mais quand même.
That's what you get for being so careless.
What I get? What were you thinking attacking him on your own?
What are you upset about? Our whole goal is supposed to be overthrowing the lords. Remember?
He could have been hurt.
And it wouldn't have been the first time either. What's gotten into you?
Hey, you do know that Alphen is really just worried about you, right?
He's worried?
I mean, that's what it looked like to me. But maybe not.
N'est pas assez. Lui, j'ai peut-être assez pour un petit quelque chose. Ça et ça.
It pains me to see that Renan cuisine isn't to your liking. I asked my chefs to prepare only the finest delicacies available. 2 wasted opportunities.
Why did you set the Danans here free when you took over?
But you are mistaken. You see, I may rule single-handedly, but on my own, even I cannot change the order of things. But what is within my power is the welfare of the people, the fostering of a mutual respect among the classes. This I can change.
Sounds a lot like the Danans are still oppressed, if you ask me.
Only in the sense they continue to serve as laborers, yes. However, I assure you they are fairly compensated for their efforts. This harmony we strive for is the current pinnacle of Renan-Danan coexistence.
Harmony and coexistence between the Renans and the Danans.
What about the crown contest? This doesn't exactly make you a shoo-in.
And yet, the Danans here are even more productive than when they used to face daily lashings. In any case, the crown contest is of little importance to me, and even less to Elda Menancia. You see, I have no interest in becoming sovereign.
Stop this! Please! It's over!
Stop!
How could you? I swear, I'll never forgive you for this!
It is not by choice that one assumes the throne of a realm. But sovereign is a different matter entirely. I have no interest in playing their game.
Il y a quelqu'un au-dessus de lui.
Are you saying you'll withdraw from the contest?
I guess if you don't plan to ascend the throne, there's not much reason to harvest energy from DANS, is there?
Let the ambitious fight it out amongst themselves. All I care for is maintaining peace throughout my realm.
So what? Your personal desires are all that matter to you?
Take a look in the mirror. I may not play their games, but you have outright betrayed your own. You've torn down 2 of my fellow lords. What precisely is your aim? Spare me your answer. I care not for your reasons. Suffice it to say, I will not impede you. That said, should you threaten the peace of my realm, I will respond. I suggest you conclude your business and leave Menancia at your earliest convenience. Kelzelik. Our guests depart. Please see to their lodgings for the night.
I shall arrange for rooms for you all at a local inn. It is a short ways down the road. You may stay there for the night, after which I suggest you promptly make your departure.
Hey, quelque chose qui cloche, man. C'est fucking en tabarnak. J'ai hâte de voir ce qui va se passer.
Damn, look at how ritzy this place is. How many rooms do you think it's got?
Don't you think you're being a little too relaxed? They could strike at any moment.
So you're the blazing sword of Calaglia now, huh? Come to think of it, I remember Ganabelt calling you that too.
Yeah, you're getting to be pretty famous among the lords.
Yeah, and that's not a good thing either.
What do you mean? That's something you should be proud of, if anything, Alphen. They're scared of you, man. You're a real badass.
It's not as simple as that, Law. The more well-known he is, the more people might come after him.
No, that's not what I'm worried about.
It isn't?
When people call me that, it feels like there's something hanging over me that shouldn't be there. It's hard to put into words, but it's something that doesn't feel like a part of me. Something I can't let be a part of me. Or else.
Well, I still think it's pretty amazing.
Excusez.
But that's just me.
Ah, c'est le bureau, c'est ici. Moi, je voulais aller au... à la chambre. Je pensais qu'il m'avait mis face à ma chambre, là. C'est ici, la chambre. Ce sont les chambres. Ok. Une idée, c'est où, là? Ou je pense qu'on a déjà dormi, là, puis il faut s'en aller.
Do you really think we should trust accommodations from a Renin lord? How do we know it's safe?
Like we have any other choice. We can't go and set up camp outside of town at this hour.
Honestly, I'd still take that over staying here. What if they try to kill us in our sleep?
I doubt that's the case. His best chance to kill us would have been back at the palace. His true intentions aside, for now, at least we're in his good books.
Then we probably shouldn't test his patience. Let's find that inn and check in.
Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle?
Interesting. All we ever got was a tattered blanket, a rock-hard bed, and well past its prime food.
What are you talking about?
What we got for our slave labor back in Calaglia. As you can tell, it wasn't much at all. Here, the Danans get the same basic amenities, but the quality is way better than anything we were given. Hell, apparently they even get time off to do what they want. If I'm being honest, I'm not sure how to take all this in.
Could it be that things were simply harsher in Calaglia compared to everywhere else?
It was the same in Cislodia, too. Our buildings and clothing were equipped to handle the cold, but that was the only difference. Working the floodlights was a form of punishment, so we didn't really get rewarded for anything that we did.
Yeah, you could be assigned to fix food or make daily necessities too, but when all was said and done, most of that stuff went to the Renins. There wasn't much in the way of compensation for any of that, so I'd say that Cislodia and Calaglia were both pretty awful.
Then Elda Menancia really is unusual.
To say the least. Hell, I might even go so far as to call it crazy. But the fact remains, Danans aren't free here.
Yeah, no matter how happy they look, they're still slaves.
I don't even know what to think right now. This is all way too much to deal with. It's giving me a headache. So that was Lord Dohalim, huh? He sure is something. Definitely not like the other lords we've met up until now.
At first, he sounded like just some snobby royal, but he immediately shut down Shion's surprise attack. He's tougher than he looks.
Definitely. After all, he's a lord for a reason.
The food was pretty damn good, too.
Why are you two complimenting him? You just said it yourself, Alphen. He's a Renin lord.
Yeah, but he didn't act hostile towards us.
You're reading him wrong. He's acting indifferent. He's attempting to keep some distance between himself and everyone else. It's obvious.
What are we going to do then? Vicent seems to be legit peaceful. Are we just gonna do as he says and leave things be?
I'm not entirely sure. For now, I think it would be best for us to rest at the inn and think about our options.
L'auberge était où? Elle est là.
Welcome, fair travelers. Lord Dohalim's retainer told us to expect you. It is an honor for you to stay with us. Please, make yourselves comfortable.
This is better than I expected.
Hmm?
The room. It's nice.
Huh? Oh, yeah.
Oh.
It is pretty nice.
Il a mangé de la nourriture, hein?
You're a million miles away.
Nah, it's weird. I felt strange ever since we arrived here. Can't seem to shake it. Maybe it's something about this place.
You're just tired. I'm feeling pretty sluggish myself.
You too?
Seriously, you two? A word to the wise, our work here is far from over. Get yourselves together.
Sorry, but I need to call it a day. Let's meet back here tomorrow morning and see where things go from there. Sound good?
Sure, but keep an eye out for anything strange, okay? We still don't know how safe this place really is.
Ok, ça a pas l'air super. Je pensais qu'il avait mangé, tu sais, il a mangé le dîner à l'autre, fait que peut-être qu'il était empoisonné.
Are
Mais...
you two feeling any better?
Yeah, a good night's sleep seems to have done the trick.
I wonder why we felt so out of it. You think it might have been because of all the food we ate?
You don't think they slipped something into our food, do you? That must be it.
If they were making an attempt on our lives, we'd know it by now. Though, on the other hand, they could be warning us off.
Come to think of it, you didn't eat anything at the meal, Rinwell. Aren't you starving?
Oh, I made myself something later.
You missed out. That was some mighty fancy grub they served yesterday.
What? And give the enemy a chance to poison me too? Are you crazy?
What's the big deal? Shion ate it too, remember? And we both tried the same stuff.
Well, maybe they laced it with poison that's only harmful to Danins, hmm?
That's enough, Rinwell.
A cat? Where'd it come from?
There's something on its collar. Hold on a sec.
I think it's trying to lead us somewhere.
I'm gonna follow it.
Hey! Where do you think you're going? Do you sense one of your friends, Hoodle? There it is!
Stay close. We're gonna lose it.
What's gotten into you, Law?
This might be the lead we've been waiting for.
Seriously?
Yeah. Some people train animals to act as messengers. They don't attract attention, see?
And you think that someone might be using that cat? To reach out and send us a message or something?
I could be wrong, but it's possible.
I'm impressed. I would never have thought of that.
Ouais.
I should know. We used to use them in Cyslodia.
She's so adorable.
You say something?
So, that black cat, do you think it works for someone?
I'm sure it does. It wouldn't try to lead us around like that if somebody didn't train it to.
I wouldn't know. I've never had one myself. If I did, it'd probably try to eat poor Hoodle.
I wonder who they are, though. I doubt this is Dohalim's work.
Yeah, he has no reason to do this. Although we can't rule out that it might be one of his lackeys either.
You think one of his subordinates is up to something?
That Dohalim guy is a pretty unusual character for a Renin, let alone for a lord. It's hard for me to imagine that they all agree with what he's doing. Maybe one of them plucked up the courage to go rogue.
Well, let's head further in. I'd like to figure out at least one of the mysteries of this place.
Ben, il est passé où? Ok, il est là. T'es juste pas apparu.
Where do you think it's trying to lead us?
Who knows? We should hurry. We don't want to lose it.
Arrêtez de parler, on va peut-être savoir maintenant, là, j'ai hâte de voir.
This is pretty damn clever.
Yeah, it just looks like an ordinary cute cat.
J'ai hâte de voir, moi, là, arrêtez de parler.
We lost sight of the cat.
After the chase it's led us on, there's gotta be something up ahead.
Let's...
I get that underground forests aren't exactly something you see every day, but I really could have done without any Zoogles running around.
You said it. I get the city up top surrounded by castle walls, but now I won't be able to sleep easy knowing they're lurking underneath.
You have nothing to fear. Zoogles work for the Renins. There might be strays out here, but the other Zoogles won't let them get close.
Using Zoogles to keep watch over their own kind, huh? That would explain why we're not seeing any guards.
Yeah, which makes it that much easier for someone to hide around here, too.
Ah! Sorry, Shion. My foot slipped. Are you all right?
I should be asking you. What am I saying? Of course you're okay. It's easy to forget sometimes. If anybody else had been in your place, they'd be howling right about now.
Huh? Oh, right. You mean your thorns. Yeah, I'm, no worse for wear over here. Again, sorry for brushing you like that without warning.
Well, just be careful. Hey, Alphen?
Hmm?
Forget it. It's nothing. I'm sorry to bother you.
Oh, okay.
What's with those two?
Hey, j'espère vraiment que ces deux-là, mon chum, vont tomber en amour, man. Je veux de la romance dans ce jeu-là. J'aime ça, la romance. Ça rajoute un petit punch, je trouve. Ah oui, j'avais oublié que les pierres, on pouvait pas juste les collecter. Ah, ça marche. Ça a marché.
It's possible, but give them enough time and trees can get pretty big on their own without any extra help.
Je sais pas où aller, moi. Si je vois là, ici, il y a quelque chose. Là, il y a quelque chose. Je vais aller voir là avant. Il y a un feu de camp. Ici, il y a quelque chose. Ah, j'ai trouvé. Donc par là. Il y a un coffre, je le veux. On va se fight. Let's go.
Oh man, I hope I live long enough to regret it.
I'll take you all on!
Whatever you do, just stay away from the sword.
J'ai dit pogner quelqu'un en faisant ça.
All yours! No escape! Slash! Swallow blade! Poison water! Take it! Try harder! Now! Rising water!
Here's the evil.
Crumble!
Now! This ends now!
Consider yourself finished!
See you continue on in that vein.
Yes, my lady?
Something you wanted to say?
Looks like we won.
I found some equipment.
Let me take a look at it.
Ah, c'était là.
Everywhere you look, it's nothing but green, green, and more green.
Just like Calaglia. Rocks,
Oh.
This won't be easy.
Don't be such a pessimist.
Armor won't save you!
This one's gonna be tough! It's over! You're finished! An astral
That's my cue.
Aïe aïe. Aïe aïe. J'essaie d'esquiver, là. J'essaie d'en aller de là. Me faire attaquer, puis genre. Je savais pas.
Here, let me help. You picked the wrong fight. Here I come. Time to let it rip.
Oh.
I never fit.
Rising water. You're lost.
Do it. Still. This ends now.
Consider yourself finished.
Hein. Good job.
With your flames and my technique.
We're stronger together than we are apart.
Oh, qu'est-ce que t'as? J'en ai déjà 5, ça coûte 500 vendre. Oui. Créer une arme. Manque quoi? Celle-là, je peux la faire. Mais essayer d'upgrader eux autres. Tiens.
Have you guys checked?
Ok, ouais, ils sont déjà équipés, faut que je lui trouve des skins. Tenue. Skin d'armes. Ok, elle l'a déjà. Ok, nice. Moi, j'aime bien qu'elle ait son livre de base, malgré qu'elle peut garder elle, là, ça me dérange pas. Lui, t'as-tu un skin, toi? Garde tes affaires, là. Avec règlement. C'est quoi ça? Ah, ok, de guérison. On a un boss. On a un boss. Mais tout le monde est correct? Moi, je pense que oui, on va le laisser là.
It's crazy. I've never seen anything like these plants before. It's like they're an invasive species. Not that I'm surprised. Colaglia's all dry and Cyslodia is...
Watch out!
The hell? Is that a Zoogle?
That thing is huge! Everyone, be careful!
Why can't these dumb plants just keep to themselves?
Less whining and more fighting, thanks.
Yeah, I got you.
Watch it. The enemy is over there.
J'étais bugué là, c'était pas pire. Alors. Mais pourquoi je m'en vais là, moi?
Damn it! I can't get close enough to hit the main body.
Let's start by taking out the tentacles.
Here I come! Your hit come! Burn!
Dance in the wind!
I'm not done!
Air thrust! First act lightning condense! Thunder blade!
C'est quoi ça? Qu'est-ce qu'il fait là?
You're mine! Dance in the wind! Here I air thrust! Dance in the wind! Air thrust! Just what the doctor ordered!
Strike!
I never miss! This is it!
D'accord, on a pété un.
I'm not done!
Light after lightning! Dance in the wind! Burning glacial spear! Pierce evil! Freeze laser! Dance in the wind!
Carve through armor! Take this!
Here I go!
It's over!
Light astral energy! Glacial spear!
Here I come!
Pierce evil!
Rising Wyvern!
Well, someone seems in tip-top form.
Nothing new about that.
And still as humble as ever.
No escape! Burn!
Dragon shell! There! Dance in the wind!
Start up!
Air thrust! Pierce evil!
Take this! Here I
Lightning
come!
condemned!
It's over!
Thunder blade! I'm only getting started!
Swallow blade!
By the power of water! Dance in
You're
the
on!
wind!
Try
Air
this!
thrust! Nice block!
Leave it all to love.
Hey, I'm here too, you know. Freeze Lancer! Let the marksman handle this. One more!
Take this!
This one's mine!
You're finished! Swallow blade!
Glacial spear!
Hurrah!
Here's evil!
Take this!
Freeze
You're
Lancer!
finished!
Dance in the wind! First
There
aid!
you go. I feel like me again. The tactics are working great.
Full speed ahead!
Hey, wait for law.
It's on!
Again!
You're on! Burn in hell!
What's this?
Dance in the
Swallow
wind!
blade!
Air thrust!
Infernal turret! Here I come!
Here's a healing blade!
Rising Wyvern! You're on!
Reinforcements for Dragon
I'm on a roll now.
Here I go! It's over!
Dragon
Dance in the wind!
Here I come!
Air thrust!
It's over! Try harder! Dance in the wind! Air dragon down! Photon flash! Getting started! Dance in the wind! Fly!
Leave the enemy's arc to me.
Nope.
No complaints here. Ready and rare. Armor won't save you. Dragon down!
It's over!
Dance in the wind!
Portal blade!
Air drop! This one's mine! Here and now! Air drop!
Do it! Remove!
Astral energy!
Say no more.
Ok, t'es pas super.
Everyone okay?
I'm starting to get that it's a trap feeling again, guys.
We'll just pray you're wrong. Hey, there's that cat.
Looks like it's not done leading us yet.
You sure showed them.
All in a day's work.
Ah, on a toute notre vie
I
pleine.
hate camping out.
Là, j'entends
Should we
mouiller.
really be lighting a campfire in the middle of a forest?
You scared of starting a fire? As long as we put it out thoroughly afterwards, we'll be fine.
J'entends mouiller fucking fort.
88! 89!
Ma fenêtre est ouverte.
Oh, shoot!
What the? Is the enemy attacking?
Sorry about that. You're not hurt, are you?
Law? What on Dana are you doing?
What am I doing? Training, obviously. I found these nice and heavy rocks that I decided to strap onto my arms, but I guess I didn't tie them down good enough because they went flying.
So you were doing improvised weight training. You and your crazy ideas.
I can't help it. If I'm not training, it's easy for me to get anxious.
Well, that's fair. Actually, I remember seeing you practicing your forms for some time when we were camping the other day.
Yep. No amount of muscle will do you any good if you don't stay on top of your fighting forms. It always feels good when I know I'm still sharp.
Sounds to me like you have too much pent-up energy.
Don't train so hard that you wind up hurting yourself, Law. I promise you, you're already perfectly strong as it is.
No, I'm not. You never know what we'll run into out there. You can never go into a fight too prepared. And that's the truth. Besides, I won't rest until I know that I'm stronger than you, Alphen.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, I don't plan on letting you beat me. Maybe I'll add some weights to my sword and practice swinging it. That should help out.
Alphen, are you crazy?
You're right. This does make for decent training. Good call with the extra weight, Law.
Right? Now you get it!
Since we've already come this far, what do you say we have a little one-on-one with our rocks strapped on?
Hell yeah! I'm down for that! Just give me a second, I'll be all ready to roll. Okay, I'm all set. Let's do this! Take this!
I'm just getting started.
Our camp is completely wrecked!
Go. You two are cleaning it up.
Yes, Shion.
All done. Come and eat.
Shion.
Shion, could we talk a moment?
Shouldn't you be resting?
I wanted to talk with you for a bit.
I don't really want to talk right now.
Right. I'll, stop bothering you then.
I didn't say you were bothering me. Sorry. Don't take it personally. I'm just not used to being around other people, so I don't really know how to chit-chat.
Well, for a start, you let your guard down a little. Hey, here's a thought. What if you tell me about your childhood?
What with my thorns and all, I didn't really have one. Not to speak of, anyway. Although, I guess I did have one friend.
Who was it?
A really old doll.
Oh.
When I was a little girl, the doll was the only thing I could touch and hold without worrying about my thorns hurting it. I would do things like dress it up or sit it on my lap when I was eating. The two of us were practically inseparable.
Can I ask something?
Is it about the fact that I played with dolls?
No, it isn't. I only wanted to ask who gave you the doll in the first place.
I don't remember. It was a long time ago.
Where is it now?
I had to leave it behind when I left Lenegus. I didn't have a choice. Most likely it's long gone at this point.
Vous êtes maintenant plus proche de Shion. Nice. Ah, il mouille en sacrament dans ma fenêtre. M'a juste allé la fermer un peu. C'est ça que je check depuis tantôt. Il mouillait en colique. Ça tapait dans la fenêtre aussi, puis il y a des gouttes qui rentraient. J'ai bien fait de la fermer.
I think it's time we go to sleep.
Ah.
Come on, guys. We've got lots to do. This had better not all be for nothing.
Somehow I doubt it'll be a wasted trip.
Really?
Oh, c'est elle qui veut nous dire quelque chose, je crois.
You know, for a guard, you're not too good at tailing people. Not to brag, but this kind of thing is my specialty.
So it really is you. When Law told us, I almost didn't believe it.
I'm just surprised you could do two things at once, Law.
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, elle est moins friendly, là.
It looks like somebody needs to be put in their place.
The one time I wanted to resolve things peacefully. What the hell? I thought you wanted us to leave!
You'll never make me talk!
Not helpful! In fact, you're pretty damn stubborn, you know that? Bird! Air damage! Tectonic Crush! Rising Wyvern! You're all back in your defenses!
Glad you have your uses.
I'll show you how useful I can be!
Esquive! Tu sais, je m'en vais l'attaquer, elle vient m'attaquer, je veux esquiver, puis... C'est rien qui se passe, c'est fatigant.
It's over! You're finished! Slash! Swallow blade!
Sleep now. I'll be saving you.
Crescent moon! You picked the wrong fight! Take it!
I'm out. I'm all annihilation.
It's over!
The enemy is going all out. Go raging cascade.
Off my focus!
Sealed. I'm only getting one here. More with that.
Rising Wyvern!
Je sais même pas quand elle va attaquer, il y a tellement d'affaires qui se passent.
Try harder! Now! Strike! Slash!
Hope this works.
I'll finish you here! No escape! Rising Wyvern!
Dance in the wind.
Your armor won't save you! Swallow blade! Try this!
This is
Infernal turret! Rising Wyvern! Mirage!
Here you are!
Back into the fray!
All right. It's showtime.
Not my finest. Stay away from my friend!
One's mine! Flaming meteor!
Ah ouais, ok, là, ils ont plus de...
I'll bring you back from death to death!
Ignite!
In here. Resuscitation. Here's a healing.
Ah, la salope.
Okay.
Renwell, ça te tente-tu d'essayer de pas te faire toucher?
Thank you.
Ah, t'es-vous de là, t'es-vous de là, t'es-vous de là, t'es-vous de là. Ben oui, Renwell.
I'll take it from here.
Oh.
Let's see how you handle this. Deus roar.
Anything in armor is all mine. Armor won't save you.
Take this! Try harder!
Ah, yes, vite. C'est le temps d'attaquer.
If it's in the sky, it's mine. Where are you going? Here, let me help.
I owe you one. It's on!
By the power of water. Tiger blade. Piercing roar. Do not. Annihilation. It's shadows.
Blow away!
Take dance in the wind.
Try harder!
Just getting
Blade!
lightning condensed. Thunder blade. Piercing roar. Here I go.
Attention, Chian, on a besoin de toi. C'est toi le healer ici. Ah, fuck. Fuck.
Now you see what I can do.
Good job. Ok, c'est donné de la vie? Nice. J'ai paniqué, man.
The enemy is going all out. Freeze, I'm ready.
It's over!
Tiger blade.
Nice while it lasts.
I'm on it!
Here's a healing arm. First aid.
Here I come!
Sleep
You're
will come in handy.
First
There
aid.
you go. I feel like me again.
Grounded power.
Get on there with the others.
This one's all mine!
Strike.
Mega ray.
Eat dirt!
This world. More where that came
I'm
from.
on it.
Here goes. Not in your dreams.
Annihilation.
You're mine!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
Take this.
Raging cascade.
Watch it.
Here's a
You're
healing.
mine!
Lightning cascade.
Now you see what I can do.
Thunder blade.
And ok.
I'll end you. Big blast.
Infernal current! Swallow blade!
Shining supernova. Eat this. It's over. Lightning.
Take this!
Dance in the wind. Air thrust.
If it's in the sky, it's mine.
Blow away.
Thunder blade.
Here I come!
Searing flame. Reload. The enemy is going all out.
Now I'm in the groove.
Lightning condensed. Thunder blade.
Back into the fray. Far enough.
Watch it.
Shining supernova. Dance in the wind.
Mirage!
Freeze laser.
Throw away! You're mine!
Glacial spear. Pierce
Not
evil.
today! I'll tear you apart!
Freeze laser.
Here I come! River!
Astral energy.
Say no more.
Nice.
What's your deal, huh? Did Dohalim put you up to this? You send us away and then come to finish us off? I don't buy it.
I wonder. We came here following a black cat. What reason could you have for tagging along? Certainly not as a spy.
You think she might have business with whoever called us out here?
And even if she did, I highly doubt she was trying to keep us from harm. Am I wrong? Just who was it that led us out here? Answer me.
Are you serious?
Hold your horses. I'm the one who summoned you all here.
Well, maybe not all. Nice of you to drop by, Kisara. It's been a while.
You two know each other?
Hello, brother.
So, you're the big heroes who liberated Calaglia and Cislodia, huh? It's an honor to meet you all.
We didn't do it all on our own. We had a lot of support from others along the way.
So, wait. Kisara's your sister?
Yep, that she is. The only family I have left. She was the dreamer of the two of us, full of hope for the future of this realm, for both Danans and Renans alike.
For siblings, you two don't exactly look like you're on the best of terms.
That's because Miguel here is a traitor. Isn't that right? We were in the Guard together. That is, until he was caught plotting to assassinate His Excellency Lord Dohalim. He took off after that.
Is that true?
You still believe that's what happened?
I don't see why I shouldn't.
Even if the truth slapped you in the face, you'd reject it. Same as back then. Heck, even now I'm still working to serve Lord Dohalim.
More lies. You haven't changed.
Before Lord Dohalim came to power, this country was ruled by an oppressive regime. We lost both of our parents to it. Back in those days, there were countless Danan children who had been orphaned by the Renan's tyranny, just like us. So we formed our own families among ourselves and helped each other out, surviving as best we could. And then Lord Dohalim came along. He abolished the oppression that kept us down, and the Danans were treated like people again. Menancia was reborn under his watch, and orphaned children became a thing of the past.
If so, then why did you betray him?
I'm not done talking. I'm sure you know the Renans are trying to harvest astral energy from us Danans.
Yes. Shion here told me that's how they decide their next sovereign.
That's right. There are 5 types of astral energy. Earth, water, fire, wind, and light. All of them are contained within every living being.
And that's the excuse they use to enslave us.
You ever wondered what happens to living beings and other matter when they lose all their astral energy?
They just die, or so I thought.
If only. See for yourselves.
What the... Is that... metal?
Not metal, but to be honest, your guess is as good as mine. I believe it's... nothing. Matter with no physical form. Just a reminder of what was once there. They call it the hollowing.
The hollowing?
The process itself is invisible to the naked eye, but it makes the impacted area reflective. Once it consumes my whole body, that's it for me. I'm dead.
What? That can't... Miguel... When were you going to...
A sinister plot is unfolding as we speak. One Lord Dohalim is likely none the wiser to. It was blind luck I even found out about it. I tried to warn the man for all the good it did. Take a look at this. It's called the Fruit of Helgen. When a Danan eats this fruit, their body enters a heightened state, one that causes them to emit more astral energy than usual.
Hold on. Could this be the reason Alphen and Law were feeling out of sorts last night after we ate with Dohalim?
Sounds like you've been introduced to these things before. None too surprising either. Most of the realm's food supply contains traces of the fruit.
If that's what we ate, does that mean we'll become hollowed like your hand?
You don't need to worry. You'd have to consume a large amount of the fruit regularly to exhibit any symptoms.
But if that's the case, then why aren't I showing any symptoms? Why would you be inflicted and not me?
If I had to guess, because the guards' meals are free of it. Otherwise, they'd risk Lord Dohalim noticing. I tried to warn him, but all it got me was locked up. They force-fed me the fruit the entire time I was in chains. It's a miracle I made it out. They eventually left me for dead, thinking I would succumb to my condition. But I survived and managed to escape.
So the assassination plot, just a cover-up?
What?
Eventually, I found others like me, and together we founded the Gold Dust Cats. Our mission is to uncover the truth and warn Lord Dohalim. As you can see, though, we haven't gotten very far in that regard. But I'm hoping that's about to change, now you're here.
Which is all thanks to your faithful feline servant.
It was a shot in the dark, but fortunately you recognized her for what she was, and Zare accomplished her mission with flying colors.
So what's our plan of attack, boss?
One of the Lord's routine inspections of the city. It's the only time commoners can talk to him face to face. That's the idea, anyway. His security is bound to be on high alert, but with you lot along, it's the best chance we're going to get to approach him.
All right, we're in. But I have to know, how do you keep going with all you've been through? How have you not given up hope?
Hey, someone has to fight for the future of the Danans here.
The future?
Lord Dohalim may be a wonderful person, but in the end, he's still a lord like any other. And lords can be replaced. Once the current contest is over, the next lord of Elda Menancia will take over. Then it'll be back to square one for all of us. That's why it's imperative Lord Dohalim sees the light.
You really believe Dohalim is going to stick his neck out for a Danan like you?
Is it so impossible to imagine? Everything begins with a simple leap of faith.
En gros, Lord Dohalim, il sait rien en fait. Moi je pensais que c'était lui qui faisait bouffer les fruits, mais ça a l'air qu'il sait rien. Ravi de te revoir, Kisara. J'ai hâte casser la montée, mais attends, Chris. Bon, alors comme ça, tu travailles avec Miguel depuis tout ce temps? Vous connaissez? Oui, depuis un sacré bout de temps, bien que je sois jamais, on s'est jamais revu depuis qu'on a fondé les chats d'exception. En quoi ça est votre petit groupe exactement? Miguel t'a déjà tout expliqué et on essaie de mettre à jour le complot qui a déjà fait tant de ravages. Et de sauver tous ceux qu'on peut. La vie est tellement surprenante des fois. Avant on se battait pour attirer l'attention de Miguel, jusqu'à ce que tout soit choisi pour rejoindre dans la garde. Pour le rejoindre dans la garde, ouais. Jusqu'à ce que tu sois choisi. Ça m'avait rendu verte de jalousie. Mais le vent a tourné depuis, maintenant on est en conflit. Maintenant, tu es en conflit avec lui alors que moi, je suis celle qui se bat à ses côtés. Il faut bien que jeunesse se passe. Peut-être, mais ça signifie pas forcément d'avoir tourné le dos à celle que tu étais. Tu as changé, Kisara. J'ai su que Miguel avait voulu assassiner le seigneur Dohalim et comment il avait pris la fuite quand il a échoué. Je voulais des réponses, mais il s'est volatilisé. Je ne vois pas pourquoi il se serait enfui de la sorte s'il n'avait rien fait. Il s'est enfui parce que c'est un lâche qui a trahi la Menancia et qui m'a trahi moi. Et après tout ça, c'est bien long aussi. Pourquoi tu parles pas à la place? Et après tout ça, je voudrais que tu voudrais que je croie que toute cette histoire n'était qu'un complot. Sarah, comme toi, Je comprends que tu sois perdu. Et si nous faisons tout ça, c'est précisément pour que cette coexistence dont nous rêvions perdure, quoi, moi. Ouais. Ah, on y va dessus, là, c'est long, là. Désolé, là, mais sacrément, j'ai ça lire. C'est long. Bon.
Huh? Uh-huh. Can't sleep?
And you?
I woke up randomly and couldn't fall back asleep. I'll go back to bed once I get tired again.
How's your shoulder?
Huh? My shoulder? Oh, you mean where Dohalim smacked me? It feels a little off, but... it's fine. I'll manage.
Doesn't look like it's gotten much better. I'll give you some more healing. That should do the trick.
Hey, yeah, you're right. That feels much better. Thanks, Shion.
I've been thinking about what happened, and I was out of line. I know it takes more than a couple of bullets to bring down a lord.
Forget about it. It's fine now. We all got out of there safe, and now you've healed me up too. We're going to take down all the lords. That was the promise we made, right?
Yeah, I guess. But there was one other thing I wanted to ask you. Back at the palace, Law said you took that hit because you were worried about me. What was it you were worried about?
That's... kinda hard to explain.
Just tell me.
Well, for one, if we lost you, I wouldn't be able to use the blazing sword anymore.
Obviously.
But more important than that, I guess I just couldn't let you die. Honestly, I think that's all there is to it.
There you go saying stuff like that again. You never learn, do you? But...
Anyway, it's necessary so we can fulfill our promise, right?
Right. Glad you remember that much.
You okay? Anyway, I think I'm gonna go to bed.
Sleep well. What am I doing?
Yeah.
I sent Kisara back to town under the cover of night.
You do realize that she was searching for you all this time, right?
I wonder why. She never could let things go, ever since we were kids. Maybe she was keeping an eye on you all because she thought you might cause trouble. I wouldn't be surprised.
Do we need to be worried about her? She could easily report us.
Even if we could have kept her here, it would have just raised more suspicion. Besides, I want to believe in her.
More leaps of faith, huh?
Once we make our move, I'll send Zare to come fetch you again. Until then, stay close and try not to wander off too far.
Alright, tout le monde, man, nous autres, on va cesser là-dessus.
Guess we're waiting on word from Miguel for the time being.
Let's go out somewhere then.
Avant, j'ai des dialogues, on va... Oh, attends.
I'm going with you if you are. If I let you people go unsupervised, you'd probably wind up too far out from...
I know he said it's necessary, but are we sure Miguel's plan is a good idea?
I mean, just because we came expecting a fight doesn't mean we have to have one.
If Miguel is right about Dohalim, we may have no reason to fight. Dohalim may have found a way to build a future where Danans and Renans can live alongside each other in peace.
Yeah, I guess that may be true, but I'm still not sure about this. I just can't bring myself to trust a Renan. I really don't understand what's going through Miguel's head. And as for him and Kisara...
He said they were siblings, right? But things seem kinda awkward between them. I was an only child, so I never had to deal with that kind of stuff.
Is their situation really that different from ours?
That's... I mean, I guess not, but...
The reality is that we don't know what's true and what isn't about Menancia yet. Until we know that for sure, let's not pass judgment one way or another, okay?
Yeah, okay. That's fair enough, I guess.
Ah, j'ai oublié de mettre ma caméra de l'autre sens de... Voyons, de l'écran, parce que je viens de remarquer, en fait, là, ben, je l'avais déjà remarqué avant, c'est pour ça que je l'avais tossé la première fois, mais là, j'ai oublié. Quand il parle, pendant qu'on joue, les petits dialogues sont en bas, en fait, où est-ce que je suis, en bas à gauche de l'écran. Donc, les sous-titres sont comme à gauche, fait que le prochain coup, je vais me tasser. L'autre épisode, j'ai essayé de penser de me tasser à droite de l'écran, mais je trouve ça bizarre de me voir à droite. Je suis habitué d'être à gauche, mais c'est pas grave.
So let me ask you something, Rinwell. Hootle and Miguel's cat are both animals native to Dana, right?
Right. And Zoogles definitely aren't.
Well, duh. Those things are too hideous to be from here. Not that owls are any better.
Hmm?
Ow! Ow! I take it back! I love owls! Owls are the best! I swear!
Hootle's pretty cute, I'll admit. But I've also been rather partial to cats, too. What about you, Shion?
Huh? Who? Me? Well, I guess... I like them both. Nothing. I didn't say anything. Either way, the more I think about it, I've never heard of anyone keeping Zoogles as pets.
Is it because Renans only use them for practical purposes?
Yeah, that could be the reason. They were originally created to serve as beasts of burden, so to speak.
Hey, can you guys quit standing around and get him to leave me alone? I'm begging you!
Bon, ok, alright. Hey, nous autres, on s'est là-dessus. On a fait nos petits dialogues de fin. On se retrouve pour le prochain épisode. Je sais pas qu'est-ce qui va se passer. Mais c'est ça, on va le savoir au prochain épisode. Allez, sur ça, à la prochaine. Ciao.
Quelque chose cloche dans la ville de Viskint. Nos guerriers vont-ils trouver la vérité cachée derrière cette ville? C'est ce que nous allons savoir au prochain épisode de Tales of Arise.